This is an interesting one. It almost feels like we're getting away from the topic, but we're actually not. Do you love and accept yourself as you are?
I do for the most part. I have room to grow for sure. Um, and I think that working on that was the biggest part of my getting ready for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think that if we don't love and accept ourselves, it's really hard for us to love and accept others. It's virtually impossible. And I'm not saying that we have to love and accept ourselves or each other in any kind of perfect godly way, but it's it's always my intention to love and accept myself and others the way they are. And I think that's kind of what love is on this plane,
Mm-hmm.
is just being able to do that. Do you love and accept yourself as you are?
Yeah, I like this question because much like you, I don't know if you said exactly this, but it's a work in progress. But it is such an important question to this because I think I've said this before on other videos. When we first met on Bumble, when I first had a conversation with you, and then we decided after chatting, texting for a little bit, that we were going to talk on the phone that same day. I was so freaked out because so many first conversations just go poorly, and all of a sudden this little, like, it was like a switch clicked in my head where I realized it wasn't my job to get you to like me. It was for me to decide if I liked you. And just that self care, self acceptance, um, I'm worthy of like a lovely person. And I don't have to try to get whoever this person is that I'm going to meet, even consider the importance of trying to get that person to like me. It is my job to see if I like them. It was such a game changer. And that was, like I've said to friends and said before, like one of the best first conversations I've ever had with anyone. And it was one of the best conversations that I'd had with a friend in a while. And I have good friends who I have good conversations with. So yeah, that accepting myself, that sort of light switching of accepting myself in that moment, and as we move forward in the beginning of the relationship, were just wonderful. And I don't always, right? I don't always. It is very much a work in progress. I go in and out. It's a spectrum, maybe. I don't know if I go in and out of it, but it is so important to attracting your soulmate, and attracting, the one you want to spend your life with. Yeah, so such a good question.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's super important. And I think it's part of why it took me so long to get to you, because
Mm,
I was working so hard on that.
yeah, yeah, and I think does this. I don't know if this relates to the other question though, but I did want to say something about putting yourself in a place of just loving.
Hmm.
Yeah, I did that too. I put myself in a place of like unconditional loving, and it was a different route than you went. I've talked about this before.
Yeah.
I was taking care of my ex's mom, 93-year-old who'd had a stroke, and I was in this point of like, I'm loving in this relationship because I can, and because it feels like a good thing to do. And I was really in this space of unconditional love, just because I wanted to do it, to take care of her. And I think that being in that space of love is what allowed me to be open enough to let this miracle in, you know? So